Where am I?
I'm so scared of the Ender Dragon. I hear that he's going to finish us all. I've heard of some prophecy that says someone will come from elsewhere to save us all before it ends. Don't believe that hogwash. We are all going to die, and there's nothing we can do about it.
I just came here from another dimension.
Oh my gosh, it's him. I told you. I honestly didn't believe you. You are the one from the prophecy. You are here to save us.
What? I'm Mr. Beyronneau. What is this dragon you speak of?
The villagers then explained to Beyronneau all of the struggles they had been going through for the past few months, and how the root of their problems was the Ender Dragon. They then explained to Beyronneau that the prophecy called for the Chosen One to venture off into the hidden caves of Minecraftia to uncover hidden manuscripts with details that would aid him in killing the dragon.
Sir Beyronneau was able to gather data from the old manuscripts. The data explained how long it took the ancient ones to kill the great dragon with an assortment of tools. With this data, he was able to create a scatter plot, which is a graph in which the values of two variables are plotted along two axes with the pattern of the resulting points revealing any correlation that may be present. The old manuscripts provided him the x and y values. The x values, the explanatory variable, were the time to kill the ender dragon in seconds, and the y values, the response variable, were the weapon damage of the tools to kill the great dragon. The weapons included a diamond, a sword, a pickaxe, a hoe, a shovel, and an axe. Beyronneau would also be equipped with the information to create a residual plot, a graph that shows the residuals on the y-axis and the explanatory variable on the x-axis. A residual is the difference between the observed value and the value that the model predicts for that observation. With both his graphs, he would be able to determine whether a linear model was appropriate. Since the original scatter plot was fairly linear, and the residual plot was completely scattered, he was able to determine a linear model was appropriate. Now he was able to use his least squares regression line sentence frames to describe his data. But what is a least squares regression line? It is a line that makes the sum of the squared residuals as small as it can be. A residual is the actual value of a point minus its predicted value. If the residual is negative, the LSRL overestimated its value. If the residual is positive, the LSRL underestimated its value. The old manuscripts also cautioned against the evil outliers lurking in the data. The names of these three hooligans were large residual, high leverage, and influential. A large residual is an outlier far from the trend of the LSRL. A high leverage point is an outlier far from the mean of X for the LSRL. The meanest of them all, influential, drastically alters the slope of the LSRL. The format of the equation for the least squares regression line is the predicted value of the response variable equaling the y-intercept plus the slope times the explanatory variable. When Sir Beyronneau plugged in his own values for the equation, he determined that the predicted weapon damage equals 9.58 minus 0.01 times the seconds it takes to kill the Ender Dragon. For every 1 second increase in time to kill the Ender Dragon, aka the explanatory variable, his model predicts an average decrease of 0.01 in weapon damage, aka the response variable. His model also predicts that at a time to kill the Ender Dragon of 0 seconds, that it will take 9.58 weapon damage. However, he noted that this was just a starting point because you cannot kill the Ender Dragon in 0 seconds. With the line, he was given a correlation coefficient called R. This explains the strength of the linear association between our two variables. In his sentence frame for R, he made sure to explain the strength, direction, and form of our association. Based on the scatter plot, there appears to be a weak negative, R equaling negative 0.61, linear association between time to kill the Ender Dragon in seconds and weapon damage. Furthermore, he also was able to determine the accuracy of the least square regression line based on the value of R squared, also called the coefficient of determination. 36.9% of the variation in weapon damage can be explained by the approximate linear model with time to kill the Ender Dragon. However, according to the manuscripts, if he wanted to make it home, he would have to kill the Ender Dragon in between 350 and 400 seconds. Thus, Sir Beyronneau plugged in 350 and 400 seconds into his least squares regression line equation and determined that he would have to use a weapon with a weapon damage between 6.08 and 5.58. He took the mean of those two values and got 5.83. The axe has a weapon damage close to that value with a weapon damage of 6, so he decided to use it to take down the beast. Beyronneau has statistics on his side in his battle against the ferocious beast. Well done.